I'm here with Marty. We just witnessed Arsenal beating Port Vale away 2-0 through to the next round. Marty, your thoughts and, your observations on the performance tonight?
Look, at the end of the day, we got the job done. 2-0. Was it the best game to watch? No, but did I enjoy watching Arsenal?
You reckon? I was on the edge of my seat with that game. Man.
No, listen, I wasn't on the edge of my seat. What I love seeing is Eberechi Eze getting his first Arsenal goal. I thought it was very important. He nearly got two, and I love seeing that. It was a really well taken goal. The ball comes, and I love that little passage of play between Miles Lewis-Skelly. The ball comes across to him, and then he, that little sort of flick. It's like
that bit of improvisation.
Yeah, it's like boys playing in the park. It's just like go and play football. And the ball comes to Eze, and cool, calm, collected. He just literally rolls it, passes it into the back of the net, and his Arsenal account is off and running. And I love seeing that, and he deserves it. And then literally, a few minutes later, he went close, and you could have made it a brace. Yeah. Then after that, it was kind of like we let Port Vale get back into the game. And, from sitting there thinking, right, this could be 5 or 6, turning around thinking, God, they could score here. And definitely the second half was a very different game. We came out and, Port Vale started getting very physical. They started going man for man, which, if I'm honest with you, at home against a side like Arsenal is probably the best thing to do. But listen, we withstood the torrent and the weather that they threw at us. And then, Mikel Arteta brings on Leandro Trossard, and Trossard does what Trossard does,
Yeah, I think
Trossard
he took his goal really well. I mean, amongst the Arsenal fans, Trossard is known as a clutch player, and I think he kind of lived up to that reputation today. He came on, picks up the ball on the edge of the box, beats a couple of players. We think maybe he's taken a touch too much, but then he buries it. Really good goal, yeah?
Listen, this is where the song Trossard Again, Ole Ole comes from. And listen, this guy, this is what he does. He comes on the pitch and he'll stick the ball in the back of your net. And that is for me, that is an amazing use. It's not even any disrespect. Like, that guy does it time and time again, and what an attribute to have as a player, being that reliable that you can bring this guy off the bench and he'll win you games. I mean, listen, we already 1-0 up, but then as soon as that goal goes in, then it's comfortable. For the likelihood of Port Vale scoring 2 goals, after 83 minutes is very, very slim. Can it happen? Yeah, it can, but it's very, very slim. And we go on. We've got Brighton in the next round.
This Trossard's old club, by the way.
Yes, yeah. Well recognised. And listen, Brighton are a side that, of course, has problems at the Emirates as well. In recent times, it's not going to be, I don't think, as these cup competitions go on, they're knockout. You've got to be the best on the day, and this is an ideal opportunity for Arsenal to win a trophy and early doors, because I believe that the finals usually in February, March.
Late Feb.
Yeah, there we go. We get this under our belt. I think it eases a lot of pressure for Mikel Arteta. It shows that we can win a knockout cup competition, and it will be great to see Arsenal lift silverware. People say, "Oh, it's the Milk Cup. It's it means nothing." I get all of that. I understand.
Do you get that? Because I mean, me personally, I think I've seen a few Arsenal fans over the years, not so much this year. They've looked down their noses at this competition, but I don't think we can afford to do that. Okay, you can argue of the 4 competitions, the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League and Champions League, obviously the Carabao Cup is the least prestigious of those. However, when you consider that we've not won a trophy now for 5 years, despite what Mikel Arteta said about the what's that cup that we play in
the FA Cup Champions?
No. The Charity Shield.
The Charity Shield.
Yeah, he tried to make
Community
Shield.
Yeah.
Let's disregard that, because I know Mikel Arteta likes to include that. But we've not won a trophy now for 5 years. It's long overdue. I would say that the Carabao Cup represents a very good opportunity for us to break that duck, as it were.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, I think if you ask that question to Tony Adams, Paul Merson, David Seaman and the likes of those, what the League Cup means. I mean, we done the League Cup double in 92, 93. And You know, listen, it's a trophy. Listen, you asked Newcastle fans last season, you know, what they think of that. And, you know, what would I love a day out at Wembley to go and watch Arsenal lift a trophy? Of course, that's what football's all about. And that's what we've been screaming out for of Arsenal fans. If I was to be picky, would I want the Premier League or the Champions League? Of course. But listen, this is an ideal opportunity to go and win silverware. And, you know, listen, tough nights in Stoke like tonight. You know, you're going away.
Was it a tough night though?
Listen, you're going away.
I've heard some fans say that. I would dispute.
Okay.
Listen, I kind of see where you're going. I wouldn't say it was a tough night. What I would say is that Port Vale didn't make it easy for us. But at the same time, it's not like they were like putting constant raids on our goal and having loads of shots on goal and forcing Kepa to make saves. Exactly. They didn't have a shot on goal. Kepa didn't have a serious save to make. I think after we got the goal in front, we inadvertently, I don't think they did it deliberately, kind of took their foot off the gas. We never raised the levels. That was a little bit disappointing for me. I wanted us to go in and really put it on them, get 3 or 4 goals, rest players for Sunday. But I think we need to put it into context. We were well worthy winners tonight. Weren't even that close, really. So we got the job done. It was a professional job. We move on to
Newcastle on Sunday.
Newcastle on Sunday. I was going to ask you, how are you feeling about that game?
Yeah, look, it's every game's a must-win game. You know, obviously at St James's Park last season, we didn't do that well off the back of the draw to City. You know, Arsenal fans expect this is the Premier League. Can we afford to drop any more points against what appears to be a rampant Liverpool, getting maximum points out of their games? You know, potentially if we were to lose this and then be 8 points behind them, that is not really, at this stage of the season, a great look. Is it the end of the world? No, it's not at all. It's certainly not ideal. A draw's not. Look, you know, as Arsenal, we need to be looking to every game to get maximum points. Of course we do. That's what champions do. Sometimes in situations like on Sunday, we didn't get maximum points, unfortunately. Do I believe that we can go there and do a job and turn our fortunes? 100%. Look, they're without, you know, they're dangerous. They just smashed Bradford 4-1 tonight. You know, they can do what they need to do. Especially
what do you think the manager's approach will be in terms of team selection and tactics?
Well, I think he'll go with Raya in goal. I think he'll go with Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori. I think he'll go with Zubamendi, Rice, Eze in the 10. He'll probably start with Martinelli on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, he's going to start with Saka and Gyökeres up front. That's what I'd imagine he'll play. And then after, 60, 70 minutes, you can bring Trossard on. You've got the Wanyeri. You've got Dauman. You know, obviously now with Madueke injured, I think...
That's what you imagine, and that's what I would imagine. But we've seen in previous games that he's not gone with that. I would be certain, I'd be pretty sure that that's what he's going to go with. Look, I think for me, Eberechi Eze, after his second half performance against City, and definitely against his performance while he was on the pitch getting the goal tonight, that he has earned his right to play in that number 10 spot. You know, he's doing the business. Why would you take that guy out of that position? And I dare to say it, even if Odegaard's fit, I think Eze's done enough to earn his place in that team, in that position. I would agree with you, but I'm not so sure if the manager... I think for a start, if Odegaard is fit, I think he starts. Eze, if he's going to play on Sunday, it would appear that he'll probably play left-sided forward. But anyway, we'll see. But in terms of your confidence going into the game, are you confident that we can go there and get a result? Because we certainly need one. And when I say result, I'm not talking about a draw, I'm talking about a win.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, and I got hammered by fans, every game, you're going there to take the points. It's not, I don't underestimate, it's not an easy place to go and it's not that simple. Is it going to be a walkover? I'd be very, very surprised if it was. Because, they're a decent team. And at home, anyone who's been to St James's Park knows what a fortress it is, what an atmosphere it is, and listen, this game, Super Sunday, it's going to be live. It's going to, they're going to be so up for it, and they're going to want to make a statement against one of the best teams in the Premier League, in Arsenal. Well, 100%, that is a massive scout for them, and also likewise, so it is for us. It's we need to get these points on the board, and we need to start really getting momentum and learning how to put teams away. But listen, tonight, we got the job done. We came away pretty unscathed, and that's what it is about in competitions. Whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5-0 would have been fantastic, but I'll take 2-0 all day long. Getting the job done is everything.
GFN Soccer TV, with all your favourite shows in one place, is now live in the UK with Samsung TV Plus.